whole drama is finally over.
Yes, sir.
Both parties releasing statement. I mean, in a scary turn of events in the last few days, we United trying to integrate him back into the squad, and the whole backlash and all that. So yes, they've released a statement. Talented footballer Mason Greenwood, brilliant left foot, but this thing happened, and he's been off Manchester United for some time now, and he can't continue his career at Manchester United. Let me just read through the Manchester United statement before. They say Manchester United has concluded its internal investigation into the allegations made against Mason Greenwood. Our process commenced in February following all charges against Mason being dropped. So yes, the charges were dropped. So throughout, we have taken into account the wishes, rights, and and perspective of the alleged victim, along with the club standards and values, and sought to collate as much information and context as possible. This has required us to proceed with sensitivity and care to obtain evidence not in the public domain, including from those with direct knowledge of the case. Based on the evidence available to us, we have concluded that the material posted online did not provide a full picture, and that Mason did not commit the offences in respect of which he was originally charged. That said, as Mason publicly acknowledges today, he has made mistakes which he is taking responsibility for. All those involved, including Mason, recognize the difficulties with him recommencing his career at Manchester United. It has therefore been mutually agreed that it would be the most appropriate for him to do so away from Old Trafford, and we will now work with Mason to achieve that outcome. So yes, this is like saying, okay, go away from Old Trafford. You can't continue your career here. You can't resurrect your career here. You can see similar thing happen to Benjamin Mendy with Manchester City. He was suspended from the team. He couldn't continue at Manchester City. He got to France with Lorient and all that. So we don't know where Mason is going next. But looking at the whole drama that played out, I saw a tweet that you would take him at Arsenal and stuff like that. People were coming at you and all that. What's your take about the Mason Greenwood thing? How would you sum up this judgment from Manchester United?
So summarily, let's go to. I'm going to take Man United by their word now and react to their own word. A case was taken to court. Yeah. The accuser, the plaintiff, as they call it in legal term, the plaintiff decided to drop charges and stop. And also, said she's still in love and she's pregnant for him and she's giving birth, right? And somehow, one constant word keep coming out. The accusation, Man United said it, Mason Greenwood said it, that he is not guilty of the things he's being accused of. That's a very constant line that have gone around everywhere. Okay, the case was dropped. Some people argue that legally he's not discharged and acquitted. If you drop cases, it's either because of lack of evidence or not. But let's look at Manchester United. I'm not going to deal with the legal complexities because there's no court in case. There's no case in court, so there's nothing to discuss on the legal complexities of this. If the person who's accusing me have dropped the charges, what is the basis of Manchester United really doing their investigation? Let's start with that. Manchester United have a history of many bad boys. Roy Keane injured Alfie Haaland deliberately. At least we have the book here. He said it deliberately, premeditated. They didn't sanction it. Eric Cantona, playing at Selhurst Park, where Arsenal played last night, okay, jumped and kung fu kicked Crystal Palace player. Manchester United did not openly or privately sanction him. We've read so many books on, so many accounts on that, until the Premier League sanctioned him for 6 months. And Man United blamed the Premier League for making them not to win the league title in 95. Blackburn won it, and then Everton won the FA Cup. It was the year where teams in blue won the league title and the FA Cup in England. And Lampard passed to Duncan Ferguson and Everton were FA Cup champions. Okay, Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test. All these people that I'm mentioning are Manchester United players. Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test, and Manchester United stood solidly behind him, defended him. The coach of Manchester United kicked a boot and caught the eye of England's captain and a professional player by the name of David Beckham. Nobody was sanctioned. So let's talk about violence. What Alex Ferguson did was violence.
Because I was about to go there. Like, all these incidents you mentioned compared to what Greenwood did.
At the very highest level. Kung Fu kicking fans. That's like beyond the degree. But that person we're talking about is a Manchester United legend to do. Is a one guy who they allowed to bend the rules consistently. Let's take for instance, recently in a podcast, Steve Bruce came out to say they won the league title. They were told everybody should dress in a certain way. They wear the Manchester United jacket with the Manchester United badge on it, where everybody wears suit and tie and all that. Eric Cantona came with a biker's cloth, and Steve Bruce, the captain, went to Sir Alex Ferguson's office and said, sir, Eric Cantona is wearing dressing against the code. And Sir Alex Ferguson looked at him and said, the day you are able to give us 2 or 3 titles, we would let you dress the way you want to dress. Like, he did not play. He was a captain of the team. He played in the every title that Cantona won, he was part of that team. This is the culture that Man United have created. And all of a sudden, a domestic private issue that came out, like Tonto DK carry camera to do a video, and then you now say there should be a national sanction. That's very, very ridiculous. At the point where first of this incident came out and the player was suspended, first was asked to go train with the under 23s and then completely stopped training with the team, I think that Manchester United have even overreached. They were overreaching. They were trying to, pander to the yearnings of their fans and try to create this image of we're a good team. A club that their name is Red Devil is trying to tell people that they are good. I don't understand. And then, even Real Madrid that are called White Angels don't behave like this. You are Red Devils. How bad can you be? And then you say because of this. Okay, now the case went to court. The person who's accused, the plaintiff, dropped the charges. You now decided you want to do your own investigation. Okay. We even still agree, which is that somehow for the optics, it's also good. Like, you need to know these players. Remember, this boy is a 21-year-old kid, right? Have the contract, have the talent, have all the money that is available to him. And all of a sudden, you just wake up and say, okay, dropping of charges or no dropping of charges, we want to investigate. You now investigate. When you investigate, we expect that when you come out, you're going to say, well, the case have been dropped too, but we find out that there are certain things about him that is not consistent with even the dropping of the case, and that reason we can no longer continue. In your official statement, you now said that he is not guilty of the things that he's being accused of, but as he has also said, he made some mistakes. So you're terminating somebody's contract on the ground that he made some mistakes. Manchester United will now go suffer for 600 years. And history is a band of players doing terrible things. Paulo Di Canio, for instance, fought a referee in the football field. The club did not cut his contract. Mario Balotelli had taken darts before and thrown it at youth players in Man City. They did not cut him out. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and show you a whole lot. What's the name? Karim Benzema got a prostitute to blackmail a teammate, Matthew Valbuena. And Valbuena, who, if you are a Nigerian, you will know him more. In 2014, it was Matthew Valbuena after the policeman. Great. Eddie Ogayanezi was injured and removed. Matthew Valbuena, I was on commentary duty in Brazil, and there were tears in my eyes because as Onazi was going out, I knew we were done for. The shortest man on the field left the greatest impression. He felt like we're playing against Messi. This man paid prostitute, not even normal human being, Ashawo, Ashi, paid them to blackmail him, extortion, blackmailing. They still did not destroy his career. Real Madrid did not reject him. As a matter of fact, he was forgiven and brought back to the French national team, to the Euros. And this one that Manchester United became judge, jury, prosecutor, and DA and everything.
Had they keep Greenwood, how do you think they would have? How do you think they would have handled the whole situation? And because this is a huge thing in England, But let's assume they stuck to Greenwood. How do you think they would have handled the whole fan backlash? Because it was this same backlash that made them, rescind their initial decision. What they were trying to, let me not say their initial decision, but what they were trying to do was to bring him back into the squad. But everybody they were not having it, so they had to change the decision.
The same fans that you're talking about.
So had they stuck to that decision of bringing him back to the squad, how do you think they would have handled the whole backlash?
The same fans have been crying that the Glazers should go for years now. Have the Glazers gone? If the Manchester United board are trying to tell me that they are so fan-centric, did Cristiano Ronaldo not have a rape case? They didn't even drop the charges, so they settled out of court. You know what that means? It means that Cristiano Ronaldo admitted guilt. Like, okay, let me pay you and let this thing go away. Whether you like it or not, that's what it represents in legal terms. Don't worry, there was something. I recognize that there was something. Okay, let's just settle this thing. My pay you money made the matter die. That's it. Sign an NDA and let's rest. Did anybody do anything to Cristiano Ronaldo? No. And we could go on and on and on and on and on. And all of these things happen. So let's come back to your question. If Man United saying they are pandering to the needs of the fans, are they not setting a terrible precedent that tomorrow fans will come again and say, we don't like Bruno Fernandes. Let him go. If he doesn't go, we're not going to buy ticket again. And you kick him out of your team. Oh, we don't want Varane. We don't want Onana. Is that how football is done? I don't know, but I used to think that in football, the team bond together and tell the fans, go and F up yourself, whatever you like. We're going to be together. If you're not going to come to the stadium, don't come. New set of fans will come. The fans of Manchester United did not want Manchester United to be sold to the Glazers. Manchester United did not listen to them. They told them, go F up yourself. So much so that they came out and told them, look, if you don't like to go with this new one, go form your own club. That's why a club called FC United was formed. In case we've forgotten the history, let's not be too far. It's not long ago. It's not like 100 years ago. A club called FC United is running in England and are hoping that one day they will come to the top. It's because some fans disagree with the club being sold to the Glazers. And so if there are some women rights or some fans who say they are angry, they don't like.
One came out say she wants to buy the club again.
Who the hell is she? How much is she contributing? Manchester United need a striker now. Can she buy a striker for the team? So when people say something, there's a presenter who said, oh, she would not support Man United again if it does. Like, look at this idiot. Your show is based on rating. Your any money based on rating, you want to destroy another person's ability to earn. So there are certain things that people do. There's not a place where I can justify Manchester United decision on this, because even if let's say Mason Greenwood have done wrong, he's 21 years old, and many of us at the age of 21 are rationals. You know, the decisions, the things that we did at the age of 21, if they use it to judge us. The other day, me and my younger brother were talking, and we're just reeling back on some of the things we did in our teenage and early 20s to mid 20s, and I was like, God, if our children do all those things now, we'll kill them all. But hey, we did it. I did it, he did it, and you know, it's who we are. It's part of the scars of life that you learn from, and I would still make more mistakes. But the thing here is, if your statement says he is not guilty of the things he's being accused of, then what is the premise and the basis? You're saying now that the court of misconception, the court of public opinion, who did not do any investigation, who do not have fact on the matter, are the ones that are more important than you that spend time and money to do your investigation and come out to say he is not guilty of what he's being accused of, but still he should be jobless, he should be caught out. Come on, Manchester United, you guys are stupid.
I mean, talking about Mason Greenwood, I mean, he also came out to release his own lengthy statement, but I mean, bottom line is he won't be continuing at Manchester United. So, I mean, you're Mason Greenwood.
See that Mason Greenwood statement?
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood, first off, is not educated enough to write that statement. That's one. Two, there's nobody on Mason Greenwood. I will tell you straight, I've been inside of a football club. There's nobody on Mason Greenwood entourage that wrote that statement. This statement was written by Manchester United and given to him. Go out there and read it. If you doubt me, go and read Andre Pirlo's book, I Think Therefore I Play. There's a section in the book where he said, in football, some things happen on the inside, and then they all agree that let's have this as the official position, and then they will tell you, take for instance, Gattuso took a fork in the dining and stabbed the player. And it will be insane if they come out in public and say this player is not playing because Gattuso had a fight with him and stabbed him. Guess what? They told the player that was stabbed that they would come out with a doctor's report saying you have an hamstring injury in training and you're going to go with it till the hamstring injury heals, which means the stab, the treatment from the stab, the stitches and everything heals, and that's the position and nothing changes, right? So this statement by Greenwood, when I saw it yesterday, I was like, come on. This is Manchester United. This one have Manchester United written on it. That's stupid kind of.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.